So when we think about the world and we think about the planet, and knowing that the first human being was a woman found in Africa, and we also know that the United States was built on the backs of Black women, it should be a pretty obvious, finding, or pretty obvious that until Black women heal, until Black women receive exactly what we are owed or what we are worth, the planet is not going to heal, right? We're in the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is a time period which tells us, we know Aquarius is the energy of independence, the revolution, innovation, right? And so right now there's a revolution happening on the planet. We can see it everywhere, right? This is not the age of Pisces, because the age of Pisces, right, was the Jesus time where we sacrificed our lives, because Pisces was the energy of sacrificing and others, right? So because we are in that time period and we are witnessing a awakening of the divine feminine, right, we have to take into consideration Black women and their place, our place on the planet. And we have to consider that we have not given them an opportunity and a space to heal and to rest and to play. Here is what happens whenever a Black woman rests, whenever a Black woman heals, whenever the Black woman plays. I'll take me, for example, coming from a background, being given up for adoption and then adopted into an abusive family, right? And then a whole string of abuse at work, in relationships, in friendships, right? And then being able to have the opportunity to heal and rest and play, which is what I'm doing right now, right? Because I decided that I am worthy just for being me, right? Here's what happens though. What's happened is that my divine purpose, my life's work as a healer, right, on this planet has been able to be realized. I'm sitting here today because I, as a Black woman, have been able to rest, to heal, and to play. So that's what happens when Black women are allowed to heal, to rest, and to play, which makes it easier for other people and causes this ripple effect, right, to where the whole planet is healed. Because imagine, I am just one healer, right? Black women in particular, we know that we are the balm, right? We have been the balm. We were the balm, in terms of that, I mean BALM, right? We are the medicine. We were mothers, even in slavery, when we were forced to be that. We were forced to be that in part because of the innate nature of our healers being, of us just being, right? So I want to read something. I was researching for this video and I was thinking about how great the wage gap is. And by the way, Black women are cheap labor. We're cheap labor, even though we work harder than many of our white counterparts, right? But the Roosevelt Institute wrote an article called Defining Black Women Best, right? Coined by Janelle Jones, 2020, Black Women Best is an economic principle that argues if Black women, who since our nation's founding have been among the most excluded and exploited by the rules that structure our society, can one day thrive in the economy, then it must finally be working for everyone, right? So if Black women who experience the largest wage gaps out of any group on the planet, right? Or at least in the United States, I'm sure it's on the planet, but I don't have evidence for that. So when we can see the evidence that Black women are starting to see the results of them being healed and the results of them finally getting paid what they're owed, then everyone else benefits, right? Everyone else always benefits. The fact is that the U.S. economy was built in large part upon Black women's labor and bodies. Black women's consistent economic insecurity and precarity is a result of deep-seated extraction that has lasted for centuries. Centering Black women also means centering other marginalized identities, all of which intersect with race and gender and our identities that Black women hold and live. It means centering trans and queer people, incarcerated and formerly incarcerated people, people with disabilities, and immigrants, documented and undocumented. Centering Black women in policymaking and all the intersecting identities Black women hold ensures that Black women can build economic security, right? But it also means that deeply entrenched racist, sexist, queerphobic, ableist, and xenophobic policies that harm the overall economy for everyone are ultimately unraveled. So in order to break down other marginalized groups' disparities as well, right? Again, Black women are at the bottom of the barrel in terms of how the world views us, right? So again, it will create a ripple effect. Here's the thing. There is an entire group of Black women, millions of Black women all over this planet, who are currently in jobs that don't appreciate them, in relationships that abuse them, are experiencing blatant racism anywhere they go in the world. Hello, Italy, among other countries, right? But the thing is that they are literally the gems, right? We are literally the gold. We are literally, again, we are the medicine. And until you know how to treat your medicine, until you learn how to extract the best from it, which you cannot do because you've done it forcefully. The whole planet has done it, tried to do it forcefully. Again, hello slavery, right? Where Black women had to breastfeed their slave masters' children, not to mention sexually abused, physically abused, right? They've tried to extract the medicine out of Black women, but in doing so have actually harmed them, you have harmed your own medicine, right? You have treated your medicine so poorly. It's kind of like Big Pharma, right? When I'm reading this book called The Body Holds the Score. It's a really good book, but he talks about how when he started, he was a psychiatrist. When he first started in the 1950s, he started his residency as a psychiatrist, right? He said, antidepressants, it showed promising results. But then Big Pharma started and doctors who aren't held accountable started misusing and abusing the depressants for their own benefit financially. So not only are Black women cheap labor, right? Not only can we express our innate nature to be natural healers, right? but we've been exploited. And so I think that when it comes to the awakening, when it comes to this grand realization that we're all waiting for, it's literally right in front of your faces. Like us. Heal us, and then we can begin to heal the planet. But we're not going to do it doing hard work anymore. We're not going to do it working long, grueling hours. We're not going to do it tying our work to not only a job, but material goods. We're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that any longer, okay? So, Black women, here's my message to you. I want you to decide that you get to just live, that you get to just breathe, that you are worthy, right? We've paid so much. We have paid a very high cost with no return on it. No, even if you have gone to a university, if you're making like millions of dollars, right? There is still some part of you that is not going to get the relief that you require in order to live a so-called soft life. There is a spiritual transformation that needs to happen for you in order for you to reap the real benefits of everything that you have acquired. Because getting the money, right? I've said this before, but I've made the money. Almost 6 figures as a travel nurse, still wasn't happy. Why? Because I was so mistreated. The money didn't matter, right? The money did not matter. And so that held me back from my true purpose, my true passion, which is really outside of whatever system that I was in terms of fake medicine, which was tearing me apart inside. No one really received, they probably received maybe 30% of who I really was because of the system that I had to take part in, that I had to endure. I had to endure blatant racism. I'm sitting here as a travel nurse, literally dealing with racism from not only hospital officials, but patients and families, right? Abuse, right? So I'm literally sitting here able to teach women, Black women, how to end the exhaustion, in this need to prove themselves, right? In this need to feel like they have to carry the world on their backs, like they have to please everyone, right? I'm here to show them that they deserve love, pure love, right? You don't have to be alone. But you won't be able to do that until you see that you are the key to your own rest. You're the key to your own transformation. You are the key to your own healing, right? So that's all I had to say for today. Please subscribe. Please like this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment below. I want you to leave me a blue heart if you understood where I was coming from. And I definitely appreciate you watching this video, and I'll see you next time.